Yamaha just announced what is basically a guitar pedal for acoustic drummers. That's coming up. What's up? Justin here. Welcome to 65 Drums, the place to keep on top of all things Edrum related. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. This is my Edrums news segment where I break down what's happening in the world of electronic drums. Yamaha just announced their EAD-10 hybrid setup. This is a really interesting product. There's nothing really like it on the market right now. The closest thing I can use to compare this to is the Zildjian Gen 16 cymbals. What Yamaha is doing is sort of taking that concept and applying it to the entire drum set. It's really, really interesting. So here's how it breaks down. Number one, you get a drum module, which you put to the left side of your drums. And number two, you get this little box, this little unit that you sit on top of your kick drum. So in this little box, you get two microphones in a stereo configuration that listen to the sound of you playing the drums. It's a very tight sound because it's right there in the middle of all your drums. And then you get a kick drum trigger on the bottom of that unit. You plug the unit into the drum module that's on the side of your acoustic drums, and that drum module splits the high quality audio that it's getting from those microphones into a bunch of different frequency zones. So it knows the snares in this frequency, the rims are in this frequency, the cymbals are in this frequency, and then it applies a whole array of different effects to each one of those drums in a very smart, unique way. So this combination of effects is what they call a scene. And you have 50 preset scenes and then 200 user scenes. So you can have an army of different effect combinations for each one of the songs in your gig. So they give you a lot of flexibility there. So some of the effects that they have are reverb, distortion, gate, delay, compression, flanger. There's a whole lot of different options here. Now, in addition to all the reverb and sound effects there, they also have actual drum samples. So you can't access these just from the audio of you playing the drums, obviously. You reach these samples by plugging in external pads into the back of the drum module. You have three inputs. You can plug in a snare trigger, you can plug in a 3-zone pad, and then like a 3-zone cymbal, whatever kind of combination of those two pads you want. But there's one trigger and then two pad inputs. So with that, you can access the 757 sounds inside of the library. You can also import 100 different samples. So Yamaha has a couple of ideas on who this might be for. For example, you could use it for live use in combination with the regular drum mics you already use. So you send the sound man all of your drum mic lines, and then you also send him the lines for this little mic that sits on top of your kick drum. And you tell him, hey, guy, on song number 2, I need you to bring up the volume of this Yamaha mic because I want to have this big 80s sound, and I've got some effects inside of the drum module. It's actual audio of your acoustic drums, so it will mix with your regular drum mics as well. But if you want to prioritize the Yamaha mic with the effects on some songs and then bring it back down on other songs, it's a really cool tool to have in your live gig arsenal. The whole idea is that it's supposed to make your life a lot easier. Because if you're going for this very specific drum sound with different effects for a certain song, instead of going through all kinds of different rack units and everything to sort of achieve that sound, you have one drum module and you have one set of mics. You send that to the sound man, you just tell him, hey, I need the volume up on this song, I need it down on another song, and you have a certain scene, a certain range of effects for each individual song. It really makes your life a lot simpler. A second interesting use for this product is to record stuff. So for example, you can internally record 90-second clips of your playing, which really isn't that much if you think about it. But if you insert a thumb drive into the back of that, you can record 30-minute clips, so that's great. Also, you can plug this into your laptop and record into that. So not only are you sending pretty decent sound quality to your laptop in that recording, if you're plugging in a drum trigger and a couple of pads, you'll actually get the MIDI data from that as well going to your laptop, so you can change those sounds later on. But one feature Yamaha is really pushing with this whole setup is their app. It's called Record and Share. What you do is you plug in a cable and a dongle from your drum module to your phone, either iOS or Android. You download the app and you can actually record yourself playing the drums with video. It replaces the mic on your iPhone with the actual audio coming straight from the drum module. So it sounds very clean, it sounds professional, and you can instantly make great drum covers for Instagram, for Facebook, for YouTube, all from this app. And it's very, very easy and simple to do. There are a couple of other tricks up its sleeve though, because honestly, I can do the exact same thing with my electronic drums using iRig. I just plug the cable from the drum module into iRig and the other cable into the headphone jack of my iPhone. It's really, really simple just using iRig. The problem with iRig though is that you have to spend a lot of time mixing the audio. For example, if I want to do a drum cover for Instagram, which I do, I've actually got a whole bunch of drum covers on Instagram, but when I want to do that, I gotta record myself playing to that song for 10 seconds, I gotta press pause, I gotta listen back to the track, and then I realize, hey, my drumming audio is way too loud, I gotta turn that down. And then I record another 30-second clip of my playing, and then I realize, hey, the music volume is way too loud, so I gotta turn my drums back up. And I gotta keep doing this until I achieve that great mix if I wanna use just my iPhone and record a simple, dirty video. So iRig definitely does the job. I use it all the time. I've used it for many videos on this channel. And if you want a tutorial on that, I'll link it down in the description below. But with this app, what they let you do is adjust the volume of the drums and the music track later on. And then when you render it, it combines that into one video clip. This can definitely save you a lot of time if you make a lot of drum covers for Facebook or YouTube just using your phone. I think that's a great feature. Another really cool thing is that they've got a smart metronome in the app. So it analyzes the song and then it creates a click track, and then that click track goes away when you actually render the video. So you're playing to the click track, so you're really staying on beat with the song, but in the end, the click track goes away and the audience never knew that you were actually playing to one. And if the song speeds up or slows down in certain parts, the click track will actually adjust to that because it's smart and it analyzes the entire song. It knows the tempo changes and all that good stuff. The other two features in this app is that you can speed up and slow down the song if you want to practice like that. And the second thing you can do is create a starting point and an ending point inside the song and just loop that one section. So for example, if there's a really hard drum fill 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the song, you can loop that 10-second fill over and over and over again until you get it. Because remember, with that 10-second section, you can replay that tons of times in just 1 minute. Meanwhile, if you have to play the entire song over and over again, wait 2 minutes into the song to finally get to that one fill that's giving you all the trouble, basically this makes it easier and faster to learn harder sections of that song. So that's basically what this setup is. You get 2 mics in a stereo configuration with a kick drum trigger running into a drum module that lets you plug in extra pads if you want to. And this whole setup just allows you to apply compression and all kinds of different effects to your sound. You can make it sound really crazy, or you can just sort of enhance your overall acoustic sound. It's a really interesting tool. I feel like a lot of drummers will be interested in this. I feel like some drummers might be getting this for Christmas. Some other drummers might buy it for themselves for Christmas. Basically a stomp box for acoustic drummers. It really attacks the idea of combining acoustic and electronic elements from a completely different direction than most companies take. The only other product that's sort of similar to this is the Zildjian Gen 16 cymbals. The problem is I don't really like the way those sound because they're taking a cymbal sound that's not that great. It sounds kind of crappy because there's a billion holes drilled into that. And then it's applying modeling effects and to make it sound bigger or smaller, brighter or darker. So Yamaha is basically taking that concept and applying it to their entire drum set and really going the extra mile with that whole idea. I'm going to be linking a bunch of different sound demos of this down in the description below if you want to go do more research. I personally think some of them sound really, really cheesy, and then others sound very, very good. It just depends on how you decide to use this. They give you a lot of effect controls, and you can just sculpt the sound that you want with this whole drum module and mic setup. But what I want to know is, what do you guys think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm really interested to read your thoughts. And secondly, I did make a video where I applied all these guitar effects to an electronic drum set. I literally plugged my Roland TD30 into a Boss guitar pedal. If you want to go see that video, I'll link it down in the description below if you want to go watch that. It's really interesting. I had a lot of fun making it. Anyway, let me know what you think of this, and I will see you guys in a few.